Good evening and welcome to the Financial Week. I'm Javon Keys. Investors who have accounts at the embattled brokerage firm Stocks and Securities Limited SSL may be closer to having a better understanding of the state of their accounts. Now, they have not been able to access their accounts since January after 40 investors, including sprint legend Usain Bolt, were fleeced of millions of dollars. The investors were sent letters from Stocks and Securities Limited, which is now being managed by a team put in place by the Financial Services Commission FSC. They were told that, quote, everything is being done to ensure they can access their accounts in short order, unquote. According to the letter, quote, the temporary management team is finalizing some steps, unquote. This appears to be part of a reconciliatory process. The entity has asked account holders to provide all outstanding Know Your Customer data. The letters also include their account balance as at June 30, which they are being asked to confirm is correct. The letter says clients have until August 11 to provide the data and confirm balances. It says failure to do so will see the firm assuming balances are as outlined in the letter. As it relates to the SSL matter now before the courts, in June, former wealth advisor Jean Panton was further remanded in custody until December 6. Ms. Panton is now facing a 22-count indictment. She's facing charges of forgery, larceny as a servant, and engaging in a transaction involving criminal property. The wealth advisor is accused of removing $10 million and 90 million Jamaican dollars from a number of accounts managed by SSL. U.S. Bank J.P. Morgan's chief economist says the entity is no longer forecasting a U.S. recession this year. It's also raised its economic growth estimate as it says the economy expanded at a, quote, healthy pace. The firm increased its current quarter real annualized GDP growth estimate to 2.5% from 0.5%. Michael Ferroli says given this growth, the bank doubts the economy will quickly lose enough momentum to slip into a mild contraction as early as next quarter. And this is contrary, of course, to the previous forecasts. He says while recession risks are still elevated for next year, he expects modest subpar growth. Earlier this week, strategists at Bank of America said they also no longer forecast a recession, including for next year, that's 2024, for the U.S., and increased their 2023 growth outlook for that country. Let's head to the foreign currency market now. The US dollar is selling for an average $155.52. $116.78 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. The average cost for the pound is $198.55, while it's costing $172.86 for the euro. The JSE index lost 437 points today, while the junior market index gained 23 points. Among the 54 winners were Iron Rock Insurance Company, Stanley Motor, Cargo Handlers, Margaritaville Turks, and Pulse Investments. The 39 losers include Palace Amusement, Jamaica Public Service 7% shares, AMG Packaging and Paper Company, Trans-Jamaican Highway US dollar shares, and Kingston Properties. 13 stocks traded firm. And that's the Financial Week. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.